morning. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Notch to 11 and welcome to a beautiful January morning. It's about 10 o'clock, mid-morning. I've got about 6 hours ahead of me to dig, which is fantastic. No work today, which is brilliant. And we're back on my permission. We're back on what I call the ladybird field. Reason being that during the right months of the year, this particular crop that's on here is absolutely caked in ladybirds. Beautiful. But right now, obviously, we're in the middle of winter. We've got short grass, short crops. It's quite tough digging, but we've had lots of rain, so I'm looking forward to hopefully getting on a bit better than when I normally come onto here. This is the field I basically swing through many times on the way back to the car, but I never really stop. So I thought, why not? We've got plenty of time, have a couple of hours here, see if anything turns up. Failing that, the fields behind me have provided lots of lovely stuff, so we'll try that as well. So yeah, let's do it. It's January. It's beautiful. Let's get cracking. Oh, it really is a glorious morning. And we've walked within about 8-10 feet of where I started, which was just back there. Straight onto a 91, 92. About there. Right, let's see what we got. Don't mind the 90s to start off with. It's definitely coin territory. Oh, the ground is much softer. Yeah, it's pretty tough digging here because of the roots, which you'll find the clods don't really come up, as you can see, because the root system's so big and deep that they just break up as you take them out. But that's okay. It all goes back as I found it. Right, see if we got it around that root. No, it's hiding in there still. Right, let's have a look. Get the tail down for me knee because it's blooming soaking. Out there. Yeah, as you can see probably from the screen, look, these roots go very deep and they're very, very bunched together. So not the easiest digging, but the ground is soft, so that's a start. Right, see if we can find anything down there. We got it out. And our first find of the day is one of them. Don't know, let's give it a wipe. Some sort of plate fixed to something, no doubt. Oh well, that's all right. We're off and running eventually. See you in a bit. Right, straight after that first hole, and we walked onto a very scratchy 88. So I didn't bother filming it, and then it was quite deep. It's in there. So I thought we'll have a look together. It looks coin-like from what I saw come out, that's what I saw come out, but it's not. I can see a hole and I can see cogs. Now I turn it over. So that is not. It's coggy, presumably clocky. Does look a bit gunny, doesn't it? Looks like the old 6-shooter, but it's not. No, that's quite cool. Don't mind that. So it's obviously going to be a little bit trashy, this field, by the sounds of it, but we'll persevere. See you in a bit. Next one. 83, 84. About there. Right. Okay. $85 now, and it's out. Right. It's you. And you are a button. Oh well, that's all right, don't mind that. A little tiny button. Next one was a lovely 51. Spoon handle. Or fork handle. Next one was a 72, and that, if I'm not very much mistaken, is a bit of a toy van. You got the front lights there, that's where the vehicle registration plate would have been, I presume. Little grille there, and on the side you got the wheel arch and the door. Yeah, shame there's not much of it, but that's pretty cool. Hopefully there'll be a bit of colour on it when I give it a clean back at the ranch. Right, let's motor on. That was terrible. Well, it's gone a bit quiet on me, but we've got an 84, and I've just turned the clod over and I can actually see it. I've just about to put my pinpointer in, but I can actually see it. Look, something lead staring back at me. So what have we got? Are you anything? Oh, you are. Oh, yes, you are. Oh, we don't mind that. That's an old 3-ringer. Oh, I might have caught it with a spade. Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, look at that. Bit of ammo. Lead ammo. Probably never fired, I would suspect, bearing in mind it's still in shape. Cool. Excellent. Little lead bullet. Moving on. Next one was a 72. And, yeah, I'll just give it a bit of a clean, because I thought it was just random lead until I started to wipe the dirt away. So, yeah, it's probably half of a... Obviously, something's been snapped off there, but it would have been round. So, yeah, some sort of loom weight or something like that. Nice and white. But only half of it, unfortunately. There you go. That's all right. It's a find, isn't it? Right, I think coffee break, and then consider my options, because we're not finding much really at the moment. A lot of junk, a lot of scrap, a few buttons. So might have a little roam somewhere else. So, yeah, we'll see you in a bit. Next one is an 81. Have another go. I'm kind of heading to another field now, so yeah, I've had enough of digging mostly cack. So I thought I'd try somewhere else. I might head over to my hammered field, which is near my car, so give me the last 2 or 3 hours there, because up until now it hasn't really been going for me. So okay. Oh, that was out. Yeah. And yet again, just a lot of rubbish in here. I reckon it's about the 5th nail I've dug up. I've had 3 screws. Yeah. If only. See you in a bit. Right, next one. Is a pretty good 87. So, give it another chance. Another live one. An 87 is a decent number. It's a reasonably decent tone. Still 87 and still in there. Let's try that and then we'll have a look. Okay, Mr. Wormy, you can go over there. That's quite deep. That's a good sign. What are you? Oh, you're a bit of a spoon. Are you a spoon? Yeah, a bit of a spoon, but that might be silver, you know. It's very grey, and it's got a bit of silver coming through. Cool. Let me just show you quickly. Don't know, it feels a bit light though. Now I've kind of got it in my hand. Feels a bit light, but it's definitely an old spoon, I think, or part of. Yeah, let me just do a little foil test on it. If it's silver, you'll see it again in a second. If not, we'll move on. We're on the silver. Yeah, it was the right numbers for it, 87. Shame it's busted, but yeah, that's lovely. We're on the silver, and that will do. Yeah, just had a bit of foil with me, always carry a bit of foil with me, give it a wipe with a bit of spit, and we got the eggy smell, so we'll take that every day of the week. Silver, let's crack on. Well, we've had 4 hours so far, just over. So I've got about 2 hours left, and yeah, we've come to another field, what I call my hammered field, which is near my car, so it's kind of on the way. And I thought, as it was very, very trashy, that other field. It was good fun, and we found silver, so we can never complain, can we? But yeah, it was getting a bit frustrating, just keep digging nails and screws and things. So yeah, thought I'd come over here, got a 76, and I think for the very first, practically the very first swing of the machine, as I walked onto the field, I think I found my first coin, or it's a button, one or the other. Yeah, that's a coin. Oh, it's got a 2 on it. Can you see that? Oh, that's very cool. I don't know what that is. It's not your usual coin. Okay, let's give that a wipe and come back to you in a sec. Excellent. Ooh, that is very cool. Straight onto a coin. And I think it's a German one. Deutsch Reich 1877. Something else. Pfennig, is it? Yeah, it's probably 2 Pfennigs. Yeah. 2 Pfennigs. Zwei Pfennig. There you go. No end to my talents. And then, not so good on the back, but presumably there will be some sort of animal or something like that on the back. Oh wow, that's very cool. Never had one of them before. 2 Pfennigs from Germany in 1877. Awesome. Wow, very pleased with that. Let's move on. It's incredible, isn't it? Sometimes you just change your field, you change your fortunes. Ooh, that might be a title. Yeah, obviously, straight after that beautiful German coin, I walked straight onto a 91. Didn't bother to film it because the tripod's all away. Yeah, and we got a lead something or other. Presumably some sort of weight, but it's got lots of scratches and whatever in the top. Presumably on purpose, I don't know. Might be something on the back as well, but we won't clean it here. But that's very cool. Another little kind of artifact. Not quite sure how old that is, but I reckon that's pretty old. Excellent. Awesome. Let's crack on. Right, next one. '89. Saying it's suggesting it's quite deep, but I don't know. But we'll give it a go. 89. Lovely. Well, this is deep. Proper deep. It's right in the bottom of this hole. Hopefully you can see that. That's a pinpointer's length already. So, let's have a fish around, see if we can get it together. Still there. Come on, baby. Be something good. Oh, now I'm worried. We're getting into deep iron territory, aren't we? I think. Oh, that is deep something. That looks like a massive bit of lead to me. Oh, it's a huge bit of lead. That was deep. That's over, I reckon that's over a foot down. Huge bit of lead. I don't suppose there'll be anything on it, but if there is, I'll let you know. There we are. 58, 59. The old faithful has arrived. That's not another one of my little naval buttons with the anchor. Yeah, it was a different one, this one. Don't normally see one like that. It's quite raised, as you can see. So yeah, we don't mind that at all. That'll clean up probably quite nice. So excellent. See if we find a couple more. See you in a bit. Next one was a lovely 59. And I wouldn't ordinarily show you something like this. But it's a little cap or something. I don't think it's a button. I think it's lead. So maybe a little lead seal or something. But what I do know, I'm reasonably confident, Perrier Jouet is a champagne, I think. So I think that might be connected to a bottle of champagne from way back when. Because I think that is actually lead. So I don't know whether it's some sort of seal or what. But yeah, very cool. I'm quite happy with that. Could do with a glass of that myself, to be honest. Right, see you in a bit. From champagne to Imperial Locks Willenhall. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Obviously off some sort of door mechanism or whatever. Yeah, Willenhall. That's Birmingham way, I think. So it's a long way from home. But yeah, it's cack nonetheless. See you in a bit. Wouldn't be a hunt without one of these, would it? 86. Screamer. Musket ball. Awesome. See you in a bit. Right, nearly out of time. And that is a deep hole, I can assure you. That is below the top of my pinpointer. So that's a good 10, 11 inches down. Finally got to it. It was an 80. And I can see what I think is a buckle. Looks like quite a big one though. I don't know how old it's going to be. Oh yeah, no, that's quite nice. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, not the oldest in the world, but it's got a nice shape to it, isn't it? With that nice rounded edge. But yeah, that's all right. Yeah, the sun's now dipping below the rooftops to my right. So we are soon out of light. So I've got about 200 yards till I get to the car. So there may be one or two more. Failing that, thanks as always. We've had an okay day. We've had silver, and that's never a bad day, is it? Let's be honest. Very interesting German coin. A few other bits and bobs, and a thoroughly enjoyable time. Righto. Well, unless you see any more, I'll see you at the roundup. So take care. See you soon. Good morning, and welcome to the morning after the day before. And that is what you call a full finds slate. Tons and tons of stuff. It's really nice to have a full day's digging. With decent weather, it was, and good digging as well. It was nice and soft most of the time. So, loved it. Absolutely loved it. This is everything with the exception of some of the aluminium, which went straight in the recycling, and a few of the shotties that go straight. I don't bother cleaning them. They just go straight into the scrap bucket. So, tons of stuff here, including loads of screws, some coggy bits, some ringy bits, some lead, and tons of buttons, including that was probably the best button of the day, which is a little naval one with the anchor and the rope on there. We had 2 bits of ammunition. We had the classic musket ball, and we had a little 3-ringer, which I don't think I've ever found a whole one like that, so that's quite cool. We found a buckle, not particularly old, but probably 100 plus years. That was very deep, that one. Half of a spindle wall or a loom weight. This thing I didn't film. It's either a 68 or an 89, presumably, because that's broken off, presumably off a key or something like that. So that's pretty cool. Really like that. I love the little lead finds. That is definitely champagne. I was correct. Perrier Jouet and some sort of lead seal off a bottle or off a case, presumably. A nice little lead weight with some scratches on it. I presume, again, they're kind of by design, but I'm not sure. Nothing on the back, but again, we don't mind that. A couple of bits of lead toy. This is the one I did film, which is a part of a lead van. Very cool. Probably was red once upon a time. If you look on the inside, look, see a bit of red paint coming through. So yeah, don't mind that. Real gutted I didn't film this. I thought it was just random lead until I washed it. That's why we wash our finds, folks. But it's a horseman, a cavalryman, if you like. Probably a soldier from one of the wars. Yeah, such a shame. He's lost his head, of course, but you can see a bit of his red tunic coming through. Bit of colour on the horse itself, and it's even still got some of the reins still attached. So that's awesome. I really, really like that. It's just a shame it's not in slightly better condition. And then the other 2 finds, love this, 1877 German 2 Pfennig. Never found a German coin before. And what's lovely, you can probably just about see it coming through, is the kind of eagle with all the feathers around it and the shield in the middle. So yeah, lovely bit of German history there from the Victorian era. Lovely, really pleased with that. That's going in the cabinet. And also going in the cabinet, just as I found it on the field, I've not done anything to it, is a beautiful part of a silver spoon, which is a shame it's not whole or hallmarked, but we'll take silver every day of the week. So that's it. Another successful hunt, a really good day out in the fields. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Once again, thanks to everybody who uses the LP code. You can get 10% off the relevant items. Not everything, but most things you get 10% off using the code coming up next. Thanks for those that use it. And if you want to treat yourself, might as well save yourself some money, because a little bit of money also comes back into the channel. So savings for you and for me. That's it for now. Thanks again. Take care, and we'll see you soon.